Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. If you're tuning in for the very first time, my name is Kim Dent. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for almost 24 years. I live in Maryland Heights, Missouri, and I love teaching stampers and crafters how to make quick, easy, and adorable greeting cards. If you found me on my YouTube channel, Stamping with Kim Dent, please say hello, as well as on the Facebook Live. Please say hello. If you're watching after the video is not live, just comment hashtag replay so I know that you've tuned in. And then if you found me on the YouTube channel, I love to find out where everyone is viewing from. So if you'll comment and let me know where you're from, I get tickled to find out how far my videos reach. Also, if you would be so kind to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know each time I upload a new video. Hello, hello, everyone. Let's see. Let me sync my laptop. I have a whole new suite that just arrived a few days ago, and I was itching to play with it. So let me sync my laptop, and then we will get started. How is everyone? It's starting to look a little bit more like spring here in St. Louis, so that's always good. Has anyone stamped this weekend? Hi, Vicki. That's always good. Ugh, here we go. Okay, done. Hi, Mary. Hi, Sandy. Let's see. Say hello if you're popping in. Let me get my camera in place and we will get started. Hi, Jill. All right. If you would like to find out more about me, this is my website, kimdent.stampinup.net. If you would like to contact me, this is my email, stlouisstamper@yahoo.com. If you're looking to place an order, and your order is $149.99 or less, and you would like to help me out, please use this host code. And if your order is $150 or more, don't use this code because I want you to receive the Stampin' Rewards. Stampin' Up! Has let us know, oh gosh, probably like for some months now, that the Stampin' Rewards program is changing. And I think it's going to begin in April. We're very excited to I'm very excited to let my customers know that instead of having to place an order of $150 or more to receive rewards, their new program is for every $20 that you spend, you will get a 10% reward. To do this, you're going to have an online account set up, with which many of you who order from me already do. And if you don't have one set up, I'm still able to place orders for you. There is a way for you to still get credit, but we are excited because instead of having to be rewarded for all of your orders that you place throughout the year, instead of you having to place a $150 order for every $20 that you spend, and then you can accumulate those, and I believe those rewards will you'll have those rewards for 1 year, so you can build them up and buy something like a large priced item that you wouldn't ordinarily spend your money on. You could spend it on you could spend your rewards on a big product. So that's exciting. All right. The two cards the one card that I'm going to demonstrate today, but I'm going to show you two. This card as well as this card. Oh, and I can see my camera. Hold on. Are made from the same suite. It's an online exclusive suite. I just want to pull it up really close. This one. This is the one I'm going to demonstrate, but you can see, I think both of them were made with the same layout and the same suite, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. The suite is an online exclusive suite, so head over to my website and click on the shop now and then online exclusives. And you can see this is from the lovely garden suite. The items that are in the suite, there's stamps, this, and then there's a die set that coordinates with it, which I'm going to show you how to use. And then there is beautiful DSP, and it's floral. So, hi Murph. Oh, thanks girls. Thank you very much. There are this beautiful DSP. I love anything florals, so you can tell this is like right up my alley. Let me show you the flip side. Pretty garden green. Look at, here's the double side, and then a plain sheet. So this easily, I love this about Stampin' Up. This easily could be used on a masculine card. It's very versatile. So florals on one side. This is the pattern that I used on my yellow card. There you can see that. And then the flip side of it is, there's more. We talked about this last week. There's that black and white pattern. These could be easily colored in with your blends or watercolor pencils or markers. I just prefer the alcohol markers that we sell. The blends are so good. This one has, it looks like light fresh freesia, maybe some boho blue, garden green, and then there's the flip side, speckles, our little polka dots. So that's good for all different types of cards. And then this one has the larger floral pattern. This kind of reminds me of old-fashioned wallpaper too, so it's got a vintage feel to it. And then sketchy crosshatch pattern. Could color that in. And then the last one, which I love too, is this one. It matches that yellow flower. And then stripes. So black and white stripes. And then there is this really pretty in the suite. It's called the faux velvet ribbon. It's very, I want to show you. It was so easy to tie a bow. Those of us, if you have trouble tying a bow, this ties a bow really nicely. And then I'm going to use this on the card, so I thought I'd save a little time. But faux velvet, it's called, and the color is fresh freesia. And then let's see, the last thing is these sweet little sequins. So that's all part of the suite, as well as, oh, there's decorative mask, which you're going to see me use those tonight to color these beautiful this flower, the one I'm going to demonstrate, but I used it for both of these. So I love the DSP also, Sandy. Hello, Valerie. Thanks for tuning in. So let me get started. Oh, one more thing I want to show you. I used for both of the cards a new die set, and it is called Textured Note Dies. And I hope you can see, I hope the camera picks it up. Do you see all of the different patterns? Oh, this is amazing. And it coordinates with, it is part of the Botanical Texture Suite. So that product also is an online exclusive product. For all of the items in the lovely garden suite, the bundle is $64.75 for the bundle, or for the whole suite, the stamps, the dies, the decorative masks, the DSP, the fresh freesia ribbon, and the starburst sequins. It is $95.25. But I just thought I had to show, I wanted to use these, and I think it adds such a nice, such a nice little addition. There you can see the sequins that I use. So, all right, let's get started. I'm going to show you how easy and fun it is to make this card. We're going to start out by using a 5.5 by 8.5 card base that is Highland Heather, and it is scored at 4 1/4. I love hydrangeas. How many of you love hydrangeas? We used to have a couple of bushes in our yard before our home, gosh, how many years ago, was hit by the Good Friday tornado. So we lost all of our hydrangea bushes, but I do love them. The next piece is fresh freesia. This is something I've been doing lately. You don't have to do it. It would be fine if you just layered, this DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. I just like the look of a little bit of something behind it. And so the measurement on this is 4 3/16 by 5 7/16. And I would not be able to do this, ladies and gentlemen, without my Victor Easy Read ruler. So it's got all those tiny little measurements on there that I could never keep in my brain. But this was a purchase on Amazon, gosh, probably, I don't know, 5 or so years ago. I have a couple of them actually, and it has made my stamping so much more enjoyable, and this is not that expensive. So this is the metal one, and it's just really nice to work with. I think there's also a plastic one. So crazy little measurement, 4 3/16 by 5 7/16, and it's just to layer this piece of DSP. So there's that. You need 2 pieces of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And then you need 2 pieces. I used Highland Heather. You can tell I got inky fingers. This is a 1/2 by 4 inches. And this is just a fun layout that I saw on someone else's card. And I just thought it added, instead of just having the central focal point, it looked fun to me to add. You can see I've got the 2 stripes there with the coordinating color. So that's Highland Heather. On this one, I used Garden Green. The card base is Daffodil Delight. And then that tiny little layer is Crushed Curry. Same measurements, just the different flower and the different DSP. So here we go. I'm going to show you how fun it is to make with the decorative masks. They're very easy to work with. One thing that I would recommend you getting is, this is my, some sort of, let's see, should we call it, this is mint tape that I get from scrapbooking.com. Very inexpensive. I use it all the time to hold down my dies when I'm cutting with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then I saw, I don't know, not too long ago, I used to just carry this little roll around, but then I saw somebody had a dispenser. So it sits right next to me on my left, and whenever I'm cutting, I go through a lot of this. But for these masks, it's perfect. So what I want you to do is and for many of us, like back in the day, we stenciled. So this was, if you've stenciled before, that's exactly what we're doing. So I'm going to tape down to my glass mat with my little mint green tape on my piece of basic white, 4 by 5 1/4. And then I'm going to bring in the mask. These are the decorative masks, and they are, let's see, there's 5 of them. So they were really smart about how, let's see if I can show you. They put both of those large flowers, the mask for both of these flowers, on one set of masks, which was good, more bang for your buck. And so they're numbered. Let's see if I can, yeah, up here. Like this, there's 1. So I just know like the order that I'm going to use. Now this was one thing, there is a notch right here, and originally I thought I could like lay these in the same place and watch the notch, but I didn't have a lot of luck with that. So I'll show you what I did. So we've got our piece of basic white taped down because we don't want it to wiggle. First, the next thing, I forgot about this part. We probably could have stamped. So I'm going to here's my great big stamp. It is the acrylic block that I'm using is E, and there's the hydrangea. I'm going to use Memento Black. Hi, Patty. Yeah, Sandy. I love that little ruler, and I use it, like I said, I have a couple of them. I use it almost every time I stamp, especially if I'm trying to make those crazy little layers. All right, Memento Black. You could use any color. I just like the way that this stamp looked, how it looked. I think I probably could have used maybe like Gorgeous Grape. It doesn't matter. I don't have to worry about centering it because I'm going to die cut this out. Take your time and give it a nice press. Also, if you have a stamp positioning tool like a Stamparatus, you could use that. But I didn't have any trouble, so I guess the glass mat, and it just was easy, really easy to stamp. I didn't have any trouble. But if you do have trouble, a stamp positioning tool is the way to go. Okay, now I'm going to bring in, this is my number 1 mask, and then I'm going to bring in another piece of tape. And what I have to do now is I'm going to, I wish my camera went down more, but it doesn't. I am going to line this up with the stamped image. So there you can see it's not hard to do. I just don't want it to wiggle when I'm doing the, when I'm coloring. So the colors that I used, oh, I wanted to tell you this. On my sample, I used this dark color is Blueberry Bushel, but I decided to change it up a little bit, and I changed it to Gorgeous Grape. So the 3 colors that I'm using for the top of that hydrangea, Fresh Freesia, let me put it in like this, Highland Heather, that's the second one, and then Gorgeous Grape is the third one. So those are my 3 colors. Hydrangeas come in a multitude of colors. I also thought after I did this color scheme, I think Petunia Pop would have been a really good third color for this. So Fresh Freesia, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape, and then for my greenery, the leaves in the stem, Garden Green, and Old Olive. So I'm going to start out with Fresh Freesia, and, oh, crud. I taped it down. I forgot I was supposed to have a piece of, so here's one. Here, I've got a piece. When I use the blending brushes, I always have a piece of, usually I have my grid paper underneath because I like to dab off the excess. So I call them the blobs. So so I'm just going to use here. You can tell I got some blob of ink there. We'll put it up here. So you want to get your blending brush. We sell 2 different sizes. These are our large ones. You want to fill up your blending brush with the color, but then dab off that first little bit of ink so that you don't get like these excess, I guess you would call it, more saturated. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to blend and give it like a nice even press, and you can tell my hand on the left side is holding it down. So if any of you stenciled before, it's that same idea. If you live here in St. Louis, if you go way back, the Checkered Cottage, which is in downtown Kirkwood, used to be called the Stenciled Duck. So I'm probably thinking it's probably back in the 80s and the 90s. That was the place to go around here if you wanted good quality stencils and all your stenciling supplies. So, so I did a bit of stenciling back in the late 80s and 90s. I'm dating myself. Okay, the next one is we're going to grab the number 2. There's the number right there up in the corner. I'm going to lay this down and see how easy it is to line it up. And you could make that, as light or as dark as you want it. I want it to give it, I'm playing with the colors. This one has an extra bit of Fresh Freesia on it compared to my sample. So I'm going to tape it down, and then I'm going to open up Highland Heather. And I'm going to grab another blending brush. Let's see, it's this one. So this is Highland Heather. Set this to the side. I'm going to do the same thing. And I hope you can see. Yep, there you go. Isn't that pretty? I love it. Now the last one we're going to do as far as the top of the flower is the number 3. I'm just going to layer it down and, oops, get a piece of the green tape. And I can line it up. It's not hard to do at all. After I said this. Oh, girls. There we go. No, is that it? There it is. Okay, got it. And I'm going to bring in Gorgeous Grape. I agree, Mary. It is fun. Like I can see, I plan on doing that. I'm going to play with the colors to see if I can come up with another color combination. Oops. See, girls, this is what I'm talking about. See, I filled my blending brush. I don't want that in the center of this beautiful hydrangea. So I'm dipping it in the ink, but then getting off that first little bit of excess ink. And you just give a little swirl and, yeah, I like this color better. I like this color combo better. All right, the next two are the leaves. So I'm gonna pull in this and I'm gonna line it up. And then I'm gonna use Garden Green. Let me close that Gorgeous Grape. And bring in, see, it's this one. Do the same thing. See that big blob right there? I don't want that on here. So you can make your, your layering. That's the fun. I think that is what the fun part, the amazing part to me is. You could make this as light or as dark, but when you layer on the stencils or the decorative mask, I just love it. Now I could also probably take this off and put in the number 5 stencil. I used Old Olive, but I probably could, well, let's try it. With the Garden Green, I probably could just add the details in Garden Green. Let's see, I hope it's going to turn out. I know it will. Okay, a little bit more dabbing off. Line it up and hold it down. Yeah, it's working. I don't know why I thought I had, and you could probably do the same thing with the hydrangea. I just, hydrangeas are there. Oh, so pretty. I love it. Hydrangeas are, so many different colors, all the colors of the rainbow. So that's why I think I like the 3 different inks, 3 different colors on this one. But isn't that pretty? Also, inky fingers. So the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to set all of this aside. I'm going to bring in my die, where did they go? I hope they're over here. Yeah, they're under here. So the Thankful Garden dies. Here's my die that I've been using. There you can see the green tape. I'm going to layer this on here. Tape it down. I also want you to see these because there are, let's see, there's 12 in the set. So I like the standalone dies like this. All I'd have to do is put a piece of green cardstock in and run it through, and it would come out like this. These pieces, you want to stamp an image and then cut them out so they coordinate with the images that are in the stamp set. Here is that big yellow flower, or I'm calling it the yellow flower. There's the die for that, and then more, this is a standalone one. I just have to set that on top of cardstock and run it through, but then these four, I think these two are the same. They would coordinate with stamps that are in the set. So set that to the side. I'm going to bring in my machine. I hope I can fit it in here. Okay. This is my, let's stand up. Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. This is what we use at Stampin' Up for our die cutting and embossing. And you can see I love to die cut. There's my plates. These plates, when you get them, they obviously are pristine and they look more like this. But after you use them, don't think that you're ruining them. That's the way they're supposed to look after you've die cut on them. They will eventually they'll eventually get worn out, and sometimes they even crack. But we do sell the replacements. I think you can get a set of these for like $13. So, but these have lasted me forever. One tip that I like to share with stampers who have a die cutting machine: to make your plates last longer, you want to rotate your plates around. So you can see I have, or also another tip is, which if I was good, I would do this. Some stampers will put the pristine, they use one plate like this on the bottom, but then like a pristine plate is always on the top. I'm not that good. I just grab my plates and go, but that is a good tip. But to give them a little bit longer life, flip your plates back and forth. I also have, this is the number 2 shim, I like to call it, and then the number 1 platform. Whenever we're die cutting with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, we got to have that shim. So I wish I could get this in the center, but it'll knock the camera. So I had to kind of have it off to the side. But you just got, I'm glad. I have a feeling, Brenda, we're going to be seeing a lot of these. Brenda and I, along with 4 other girls on my team, are going to Raleigh, North Carolina this week. And I have a feeling, Brenda, we're going to be seeing a bunch of these. I just think it's always fun to use new stuff. What I mean by that, for those of you, we are going, and you've heard me talk about swaps. I do it with my team. So when we attend this Stampin' Up conference in Raleigh, we'll be swapping. And so, yeah, I hope to get some of these, to get some ideas to bring home. So I've got this. I've already cut out one of my dies. This was, oh, you know what? I guess we needed 3 pieces of white. I cut this out of 4 by 5 1/4. We needed 3 pieces of basic white. So I'm going to take my precision glue press, and Vicki Todd, you asked me, I think a while ago, had I used the glue with the wider or the thicker open nozzle. I have been using it this week for me and making my swaps. So here, and I like it just as well. The other one has like a finer point, the other bottle of glue, this one, and this one, you can tell it's getting kind of low, and so I decided to switch. So this gets glued onto the die cut piece that I use the textured notes, and then I'm going to put dimensionals on the back of it. I like to put, depends on how big it is, but I always put one in the middle and then one on each corner. And then let's set this to the side. I'm going to assemble the card. So the Highland Heather piece, I'm going to use my precision glue press just because when you're using skinny little layers like this, when you use glue, it gives you the ability to shimmy it over like a little bit if you don't get it in the correct spot. I'm going too fast. There we go. I can shimmy it over. So there we go. Pull that up, and as you can see, there's just a hair of that Highland Heather sticking through. Just a skinny little hair, and then we're going to bring in the lovely Garden DSP, which is oh so pretty with that sweet little pattern on it. Yeah, I know we'll get a lot of new ideas, Brenda. It'll be fun. And then this gets layered on top of this. And then I'm going to bring in, just to add a little something something, my 2 pieces of a 1/2 inch by 4 inch Highland Heather. Center that. And this is another way to use up your scraps too, girls and guys. Oops, see there, see what I did? So I'm going to pull that glue is going to allow me to move that, where if I would have been using my Stampin' Seal, I probably could not have moved that, but that's the beauty of it, and it dries clear. All right, and then I put my dimensionals on the back. Thanks, Jill. I love this new die set. I love, love, love it. And they all have different patterns on them. So there's that. Originally, I was thinking about putting words on the outside, but I was going to put with love, but I didn't quite have enough room. So I'm one that I'm not going to mess with a good thing. I'm just going to go with it, and then my words are going to go on the inside. There's my bow that I already cut. And let's see, are my scissors over here? There's some over here. So you always want to, if you're tying ribbon, you want to get the most for your money. Tie it while it's still connected to the roll. And then that's like such a huge tip. Whoever shared that with me, I'm so thankful they did, because it never failed. Before I started doing this, I would like pull off, and let's say I thought, oh, maybe, it's a little bow. Let's see, I think about this much. And then I would tie it, and it would never turn out. And then I would end up pitching, 6 inches worth of ribbon. Okay, for this, I'm going to use 2 of the glue dots. Just because it is a little bit bulkier. And I want to make sure it sticks. So put that one down there. Oops, it's sticking to the nails. There we go. All right. And then those pretty sequins, where are they? I had them in my hands. Let me stand up. Here they are. Oh, girls. Okay. The first time I made the card, I wasn't crazy. Well, I don't know. Now I think that I put in, maybe I will use these are more like fresh freesia. So let's try it. I'm going to bring in my take your pick tool and pluck them off. Before, on this one, I guess because of the dark blue, the blueberry bushel, I just decided to use the white sequins. Ooh, that would be pretty, Mary. Yeah, use some lemon lime and some granny apple maybe. Okay, for this one, I am going, these are so pretty. I hope you can see the detail on them. Instead of white, we're going to use the fresh freesia. One up there. And then, oops. One up. Two down here. I like to use three. Oh, I do like that. See, with that, just that little bit of, I like it. I like it. All right, one more thing. Let's see. I'm going to bring in the word for the inside. Thankful for you, friend. I kind of go back and forth. I used to only stamp my insides with Memento. And lately, I have been using more colored art ink. What's your feelings on this, girls? Do you feel like you should... Does it look more professional if you use just the black? Or do you use colored ink on the inside for your words? Straighten this out. Ooh, that looks really dark. That's almost black. Thanks, Shirley. All right. I also feel like, see, none of the, I would like to stamp a little something, something, but none of these, or does that go in there? I'm not sure. Anyway, maybe on the next one, I'll put a little bit of the hydrangea stamp down in this corner. But for now, this one is going on the inside. This is, do any of you have a table that looks like this? Please say yes. Please say yes. My table, this surrounding area, you should have seen it. I've been working on my swaps for this conference that we're going to. It's called On Stage. And oh my goodness, I have this big table and I am working like in this little 12 by 12 area. All right. Oh, thanks, Jill. You like color on the inside and use the color. Yeah. Use, thanks, color. Thanks. Always messy table when I stand. I feel better. All right. This beautiful suite is called the Lovely Garden Suite. It is an online exclusive. If you love flowers, go take a peek at it. I am in love. Oh, on this one, I wanted to share. This is the ribbon from Delightful Wishes, and it is Daffodil Delight. So it went really well with this suite as well. So, and that is in the January through April mini catalog. So let me flip this around. So this week I will get to see the brand new annual catalog, which I'm very excited about, as well as the new in colors. Here's a little reminder that there are 5 in colors that are going away. We have Pebble Path, Moody Mauve. Oh shoot, now I'm going to get stuck. Moody Mauve. Oh, Wild Wheat. Help me out, girls. What are the other 2 that are going away? There's 5 of them that are going away. Look in your catalogs. If you are in love with those in colors that are going away this year, you want to order them now, because once we hit the point where we're moving into the next catalog, that those items are going to go on the last chance list and they will sell out first. So anything with that, the cardstock, make sure if you've got an ink pad, you've got yourself the re-inker, if you want the blends that go with it, or an extra set of blends if you use it a lot. So there's my reminder for that. I've had a few of you ask me when you'll see the new catalog. It starts in May, so probably at the end of April, you'll start to see those in your mailbox. I'll be mailing them to you if you are a customer, if you've been a customer of mine. If you're brand new, you just found me from either the Facebook Live or the YouTube video, you don't have a demonstrator and you live in the US, I would happy to be yours. Just send me a comment or an email, and I'm happy to, when I'm able to, send those catalogs to you. So I guess, yeah. So the new one will start in May, but we are getting our first glimpse of it this week when we go to Raleigh. So it's an exciting week, and I'll come back with lots of good ideas. Which, here's the other thing. Next week, which is March 16th, Sunday, March 16th, I'll be coming back in the afternoon. I have a feeling I'll probably be too worn out to do a Facebook Live. So we'll see, but maybe I'll get a big nap on the way home. But I'm probably thinking that I'm going to be worn out. So I don't know that I will see you next Sunday. I'll try to catch up with you and share some ideas. Maybe if I can, I'll share some of my swaps and that maybe after I get back home, like showing you through just pictures on my Facebook page. So, all right. Have a wonderful week or two. If you have any questions about the cards that I made or the products that I use, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to help. God's blessings, everyone. Bye-bye.